It's 2025. Rap has turned into reality TV. High rappers are beefing with real humans, and TikTok dances decide what goes platinum. Yet somehow, the man who dropped Get Rich or Die Tryin when flip phones were cool just did the unthinkable. 50 Cent, the bulletproof, meme-proof, cancel-proof rap legend, just hit 41.6 million monthly Spotify listeners. Let that sink in. 2 decades after, and the club had the world chanting "Go Shawty, it's your birthday," this man's music is still getting more streams than half the current rap scene combined. How is this even possible? Did nostalgia break the algorithm? Did 50 hack Spotify from his G-Unit lair? Or did the internet finally wake up and realize most modern rappers couldn't survive 30 seconds in his era? Fans are calling it the resurrection of the real. The industry shook. Young rappers sweating. Because the same man who clowned Ja Rule into extinction and turned bankruptcy into a branding strategy just outstreamed most of Gen Z's playlists 20 years later. Grab your vitamin water, turn up your bass, and prepare yourself, because this isn't just a comeback story. It's a revenge tour, and 50 is doing victory laps on the entire industry. Let's rewind for a second. It's 2003. Baggy jeans rule the earth. iPods are the size of bricks, and 50 Cent just dropped Get Rich or Die Tryin. The world wasn't ready. The streets weren't ready. Heck, even hip-hop itself wasn't ready. That album didn't just drop, it detonated. It was a cultural nuke. In Da Club wasn't a song, it was an anthem. Many Men wasn't a track, it was a prophecy. And 50? He wasn't just a rapper, he was the villain every fan secretly rooted for. Fast forward 20 years later. The rap game looks like a circus where every clown has a record deal. Half the industry can't rap without auto-tune, and the other half can't rap without a scandal. Yet here comes 50 Cent, the man who made bullet wounds look like street cred badges, racking up 41.6 million monthly listeners on Spotify, more than half of today's chart toppers. How? Simple. Longevity mixed with pure chaos and ironclad marketing. See, 50 didn't just make songs, he made moments. Every bar, every beat, every feud was designed to outlive its decade. When most rappers fall off, their catalog dies with them. But 50's, it aged like fine Hennessy. You can play Candy Shop in 2025, and it still makes people act like it just dropped yesterday. But here's the twist, 50 didn't even try for this comeback. This wasn't some orchestrated PR stunt or desperate rebrand. Nah. The man literally just existed, kept trolling billionaires, producing hit TV shows, and laughing his way through every industry apocalypse. Meanwhile, his music, that raw, unapologetic early 2000s sound, started creeping back into playlists. It began quietly. TikTok users discovered Many Men again after random influencers started using it for villain-era edits. Suddenly, that song became the background music for everything from gym transformations to petty revenge stories. I'm not crying, I'm becoming 50 Cent became a trending sound. Then came 21 Questions. Couples used it for love edits. P-Whimper surfaced as a meme anthem. Hate It or Love It turned into a motivational soundtrack. Before anyone realized it, 50's catalog had gone viral all over again organically. Spotify's algorithm started catching on. Streams exploded. One by one, his songs started sneaking back onto major playlists. And fans who were born after the vitamin water deal started realizing that this man didn't just rap, he dominated culture before their generation even learned to talk. But here's where it gets crazy. When the numbers first leaked, 41.6 million monthly listeners, the internet thought it was fake. No way 50 got that without a new album. It must be a glitch. He probably paid for bots, but nope. No bots, no gimmicks. Just timeless music that refused to die, because think about it, most of today's rappers can't even stay relevant for 5 years. Their songs live and die by trends. But 50? He built songs that define eras. You can drop Window Shopper in 2025 and it still sounds petty, confident, and luxurious all at once. It's universal arrogance. Fans flooded Twitter or X. If we're pretending to care about Elon's rebrand with messages like, "Y'all gotta give 50 his flowers," Dude aged better than the whole rap game, another viral post said. Imagine outstreaming dudes half your age while running a TV empire, bullying your enemies online, and still looking unbothered. Because that's the real story here. 50 didn't just survive hip-hop. He evolved beyond it. When his peers were dropping mixtapes, he was making power, while others were canceling tours. He was producing BMF and raising Kanan. He turned gangster rap into generational wealth. And yet, that ruthless 2003 energy never left. Every time a new rapper popped off, 50's Twitter fingers got itchy. One sarcastic post, one meme, one comment, and suddenly, he'd hijack the trending page again. The man could troll his way back into the spotlight without dropping a single verse. But let's be honest, what makes this streaming milestone shocking isn't just a number. It's what it represents. A cultural resurrection in a landscape that forgot what authentic sounds like. 50's entire career has been a middle finger to the system. He's been shot 9 times, blacklisted, bankrupted, resurrected, and somehow still ends up richer, funnier, and pettier every time. When most rappers fall off, they fade into nostalgia tours. 50? He turned nostalgia into an empire. You see, there's a new wave of fans, the Gen Z crowd who never lived through the 2000s, but are obsessed with everything from that era. Vintage jerseys, flip phones, throwback beats, and 50 fits perfectly into that aesthetic. He's retro without trying. He's vintage without dust. And the funniest part, he doesn't even care. While everyone's celebrating his big numbers, he's probably too busy clowning Diddy, feuding with random billionaires, or filming another Power spin-off to even notice. He's not chasing streams, streams are chasing him. When the news broke, the reactions were gold. Old school fans were emotional. We told y'all he's timeless. New school fans were shocked. Wait, my dad's music hitting harder than Lil Pump? Even hip-hop bloggers had to admit, this ain't nostalgia, this is dominance. And if you think about it, it makes sense. 50 Cent didn't make songs for trends, he made themes. His tracks are built on revenge, hustle, betrayal, and power, timeless human instincts that never expire. Every line feels like advice from the godfather of petty success. He once said, if they hate, then let them hate. And watch the money pile up. That line aged better than most rappers' entire careers. Even industry insiders started whispering, how's he pulling 41 million without new music? The answer's simple. Cultural legacy. When you build something real, it doesn't need maintenance, it just multiplies. People started making comparisons. Drake 76 million listeners, Kendrick 40 million, 21 Savage 65 million. But only one of those names dropped their debut album when MySpace was still cool. So yeah, 50's streaming numbers aren't just impressive, they're insane. They prove that real impact doesn't expire. That being built on bars, not gimmicks, still matters. That authenticity will always beat algorithms. But here's where things get interesting. As fans were celebrating, the industry started panicking. Because if 50 Cent, a 48-year-old mogul who hasn't released an album in years, can outshine half the Billboard Hot 100, what does that say about the current state of hip-hop? And trust me, that question triggered a wave of insecurity among today's rappers, because suddenly, the guy who made Get Rich or Die Tryin isn't just a legend, he's a threat again. And the next wave of drama? It's coming straight from the same young artists who used to idolize him. The day 50's numbers went public, social media went nuclear. The news hit the internet like one of 50's old mixtape disses, loud, petty, and unforgettable. Spotify confirmed it. 41.6 million monthly listeners. No new album, no viral collab, just pure, uncut nostalgia blended with timeless swagger. And the reactions? Pure entertainment. The fans were celebrating like it was 2003 all over again. Tweets flooded timelines. 50 Cent out streaming half the game with no promo, legendary behavior. Bro ain't dropped a song in years and still bullying Spotify like it owes him money. He did it without twerking, auto-tune, or ghostwriters. Give that man his crown. But not everyone was cheering. A few rappers from this new TikTok generation started throwing subtle shade. You know, the ones who drop 3 songs a week and still can't fill a club. One posted, Y'all still listening to old head music? Let's move on. Fans instantly ratioed him into oblivion. Old head music made your entire sound, buddy. Another rapper tweeted, 41 mil. Streams don't equal relevance, to which someone replied, that's rich coming from a dude who can't even go gold with a Drake feature. The memes started rolling in 50 Cent sitting on a throne made of mixtapes. 50 staring down at modern rappers with captions like, I was rich before your dad got Wi-Fi. Someone even photoshopped him holding a Spotify logo with the caption, you can't cancel what's already legendary. But then, 50 being 50, responded, he didn't need a PR team. He didn't need a statement. He just went on Instagram, posted a screenshot of his numbers and wrote, still can't be stopped. 20 years later, don't get comfortable. Boom. Just like that, chaos reignited. Hip-hop blogs went crazy. 50 Cent sends warning to new rappers after breaking streaming milestone. Fans flooded his comments with laughing emojis and crown emojis. The new generation of rappers suddenly went silent. Because let's be real, nobody wants smoke with a man who ruined Ja Rule's entire career using skits. But as always, 50 didn't stop there. He started trolling. Because of course he did. He reposted memes of himself with the caption, they said I fell off. I fell into syndication money. Then, in true 50 Cent fashion, he tagged Diddy and wrote, your turn. That one post broke the internet in half. Fans went wild. 50 back to ending careers for sport. Bro woke up and chose violence. Diddy's sweating in a silk robe right now. Within hours, Diddy's name was trending right next to 50's. And every gossip page was drooling. Meanwhile, hip-hop podcasts were scrambling for content. Drink Champs, the Joe Budden podcast, DJ Academics Live, all of them had emergency discussions titled 50 Cent's Streaming Takeover, Why the Game Still Needs Him. Joe Budden said it best, this man went from mixtapes to mogul moves and still got more monthly listeners than rappers with TikTok deals. That's scary. The conversation shifted. Suddenly, people were asking, has the new era of rap lost its soul? 50 Cent became the blueprint again. Fans started comparing his penmanship, delivery, and storytelling to the microwaved rap we get today. Nobody makes timeless music anymore, one viral comment said. 50 made songs that still sound rich 20 years later. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was validation. For years, people said rap's changed. But 50's numbers proved one thing. Real artistry doesn't age. You can't algorithm your way to legacy. And of course, hip-hop Twitter did what hip-hop Twitter does, chaos disguised as commentary. People started making wild comparisons. 50 Cent did what Drake wishes he could do. Lil Baby wish he had that kind of loyalty. NBA YoungBoy got numbers. But can he walk into a room and silence it like 50? Even Eminem jumped in, subtly congratulating his old prodigy. He posted an old photo of them with the caption, 20 years later, still one of the greatest. Congrats, Fif! Fans were in shambles. The GOAT co-signed the legend, it's over. But leave it to 50 to make things more entertaining. He reposted Eminem's shoutout and wrote, you taught me the game. Now I'm teaching these kids the business. Then added, get rich or stay broke, instant classic. The memes exploded again. 50's old music videos started charting on YouTube. Many men hit trending. In Da Club got new remixes. Gen Z kids were discovering him like he was a brand new artist. One tweet said, wait, this man rapped like every bar was a lawsuit. Why nobody rap like this anymore? That's the thing, 50's voice hits different because it came from experience, not filters. He didn't rap about fake luxury. He built it. His lyrics weren't fantasies. They were business lessons in disguise. When he said, I'm laughing straight to the bank, he really meant it. And you could tell today's rappers were rattled. Some tried to jump on the wave suddenly. Everyone was inspired by 50. Others acted salty, saying it was just nostalgia hype. But fans weren't buying it. Because nostalgia fades. Numbers don't lie. The craziest part. Even the platforms couldn't ignore it. Spotify and Apple Music featured his catalog on their front pages under categories like icons that shaped the game. Imagine being a 20-year-old rapper and opening Spotify just to see 50 Cent's face laughing at you from the homepage. Brutal. Meanwhile, over on TikTok, his old lyrics became motivational mantras. Get rich or die tryin' wasn't just a quote anymore, it was trending under #MindsetTok. Fitness influencers used his songs for workout videos. Entrepreneurs quoted his lyrics in business montages. Students were studying to many men. The man had become a lifestyle again. And as the numbers kept climbing, the press went wild. Forbes ran a piece titled, "How 50 Cent Quietly Became One of the Most Streamed Artists Alive." Rolling Stone wrote, "From rapper to mogul to living meme, how 50 Cent beat time itself." But it wasn't just about numbers. It was about respect. Artists who once avoided mentioning him out of fear were now publicly paying homage. "You can't talk legacy without mentioning 50, said Meek Mill. Snoop Dogg called him the last of the real ones. Even Jay-Z, who's had his fair share of subtle tension with 50, reportedly told a close circle, "That man don't miss. He understands longevity better than most." And of course, 50 saw that quote and posted a clip of himself smirking, writing, "Even Huv know the vibes." By now, the internet was his playground. Every post turned into a viral moment. Every caption sounded like a punchline. The legend had become self-aware, and the audience couldn't get enough. But the real twist came when analysts broke down the math. They realized 50's monthly listeners didn't just come from nostalgia, a huge chunk came from international audiences. Countries like Brazil, the UK, India, and South Africa were blasting his music non-stop. In other words, the global market had rediscovered him. That's when it clicked. 50 Cent wasn't just a rapper anymore. He was a global brand. From TV to alcohol to memes to music, he'd built an empire so deep that even algorithms bowed to it. And if that wasn't enough, he teased something wild. One tweet, "Might drop something new soon. Just to remind y'all I still got it." The internet exploded. Fans begged for an album. Memes flooded in. Every blog headline screamed, 50 Cent teases new music after breaking streaming records. But was it real? Or just another troll move? Knowing 50, it could be either or both. Because that's the genius of him. He doesn't need to drop music to trend. He is the trend. And yet, deep down, everyone wondered, what happens if he actually does come back? If a 50 Cent track drops in 2025, would the world be ready? By the time that tweet, "Might drop something new soon," hit the timeline, the industry went into absolute meltdown. You could almost hear the collective gasp from record label boardrooms. Interns started sweating, managers started calling emergency meetings, and rappers who once dissed 50 began deleting tweets faster than Blueface deletes apologies. Because let's be real, when 50 Cent hints at dropping music, it's not a comeback. It's a warning. The industry remembered. They remembered what happened the last time he came for competition. 2007, the infamous Kanye vs. 50 showdown. Two titans dropping albums on the same day. The media framed it as the future vs. the past. Everyone bet against 50. And even though Kanye edged out in first week sales, 50's album still went platinum and dominated radio for a year straight. He didn't lose, he rebranded. He learned that power doesn't come from chasing hits. It comes from owning headlines. And that's exactly what he did again. In 2025, one social media post from 50 created more buzz than half the Billboard chart combined. Within 24 hours, 50 Cent was trending in over 15 countries. TikTok creators were making fan edits predicting what a new album would sound like. Memes titled, "If 50 drops, your favorite rapper's career ends," were flooding For You pages. Meanwhile, the blogs were spinning wild theories. Is 50 Cent plotting another takeover? Is G-Unit making a comeback? Is there a Power soundtrack album incoming? Fans were divided. Some wanted the old 50 gritty, ruthless, bulletproof bars. Others wanted the evolved mogul version, business heavy, motivational, empire building verses. Either way, they wanted something. Because unlike most artists, 50's silence builds anticipation. Every move feels deliberate. Every tease feels like chess. Then, 50 started playing with people's emotions like only he can. He posted old studio photos, He shared clips of him and Dr. Dre from the early 2000s with the caption, "Still cookin'." The internet lost it. If 50 and Dre reunite, it's over for everybody. Hip-hop about to reset. But that's the thing about Curtis Jackson, he knows the value of timing. He doesn't need to release music to stay relevant. He strategically teases it to remind everyone who built the system. While others are begging for features, he's building anticipation like it's currency. At this point, labels started analyzing his streaming data. A few execs even admitted anonymously that 50's resurgence was bad for business. Why? Because it proved that timeless music destroys dependency on marketing gimmicks. That one album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', still does numbers comparable to entire label rosters. Think about it. 2 decades later, one project made with no AI, no social media, no influencer marketing is outperforming albums that had $1 million promo budgets. It's humbling. It's terrifying. It's 50 Cent physics, and if that wasn't bad enough for his rivals, the numbers weren't slowing down. Within weeks, his listener count rose again from 41.6 to 43 million. The machine wasn't stopping. He was gaining momentum. Every time someone made a meme, it turned into free advertising. Every podcast that debated his legacy gave him another boost. Every fan edit, every gym playlist, every TikTok transition, it was all data feeding the empire. It became undeniable. 50 Cent wasn't a comeback story. He was a case study in immortality. And then came the documentaries. Netflix announced Get Rich Forever, the 50 Cent story. HBO teased a Power Universe Origins documentary. Rolling Stone ran a digital series titled The Relentless Evolution of Curtis Jackson. Everyone wanted a piece of his name. Even academic circles started studying his business model. Universities literally adding the 50 Cent formula into media courses. The man who once said, "I got shot 9 times, but I'm still smiling," was now a living lesson in brand survival. But the funniest twist, the new generation started copying him. Suddenly, rappers began promoting their music using his style, trolling, posting memes, mocking their rivals, pretending not to care. But it didn't hit the same. Because 50's confidence isn't performative, it's earned. He doesn't play petty for attention. He is the definition of pettiness personified. He mastered the art of humiliating opponents without ever breaking character. Even when the younger rappers tried to mock him, it backfired. One tweeted, "I respect 50, but his music old now." Fans clapped back instantly. "Then why you sound like his mixtape leftovers?" Another said, "We don't need another 50 album." Fans replied, "You're right. We need you to make one good one first." Every attempt to challenge him turned into free press. Every insult turned into marketing. By mid-2025, the narrative had officially shifted. 50 wasn't being compared to current rappers anymore, he was being compared to time itself. Journalists started saying, "He's not competing with artists, he's competing with eras," and honestly, they were right. Because 50 represents something that's nearly extinct in the streaming age: authentic dominance. He didn't fake being gangster for clicks. He didn't buy streams. He didn't chase virality. He built an empire brick by brick, diss by diss, check by check, and while the internet celebrated his Spotify success, 50 was already onto the next power move. Rumors started swirling that he was negotiating a $1 billion deal with Amazon for global rights to his film and music catalog. Another headline claimed he was developing a Power Universe soundtrack experience, a live show merging music, film, and storytelling. That's when fans realized, the man isn't just a rapper or a businessman. He's a strategist who treats fame like chess, not checkers. And yet, in all the seriousness, 50 still found time to troll. He posted a clip of his younger self in the Inda Club video and wrote, "Still going strong. The haters still mad. The money still long. Over 10 million views in a day. Legacy secured." Even hip-hop historians had to admit, 50 changed the game twice. First, by redefining gangsta rap. Second, by proving legacy outlasts trends. While other artists chase moments, he creates eras. His songs don't trend, they return. Like seasons. Like history repeating itself. And the scariest part, He's still not done. Rumors say he's quietly recording again. That Dr. Dre is involved. That Eminem might drop a verse. Fans are speculating, predicting, manifesting. But one thing's for sure, if 50 Cent drops another album in 2025, every algorithm on earth is about to break. Because this isn't a comeback story, it's proof that some legends never left. They just let the world catch up, and when that album drops, the industry will remember you can't cancel the man who turned every loss into a business opportunity, every diss into a headline, and every stream into history. He's not chasing charts. He is the chart. So yeah, 20 years later, 50 Cent still got the game in a chokehold. The numbers prove it. The fans confirm it. And the culture? Still dancing to his beat. You can call it a comeback. But 50 would probably call it what it really is, just another payday. And there you have it 20 years later. And 50 Cent just proved he's not living in the past. The past is still living off him. The man didn't make a comeback, he simply reminded the entire industry that he never left. While half the rap game's busy arguing over who's the realest, 50's out here laughing in luxury, collecting checks from power reruns, and stacking Spotify streams like Monopoly money. You can't cancel him, out-hustle him, or outlast him. The man turned bankruptcy into branding, beef into business, and memes into millions. He built a career so bulletproof, even Time gave up trying to kill it. And that's why this 41.6 million listener moment isn't just a stat, it's a slap in the face to every rapper who thought cloud could replace legacy. 50 doesn't need trending dances or AI remixes. He's the algorithm they wish they could code. So the next time someone says hip-hop's changed, remind them that 50 Cent changed hip-hop first. He didn't just survive 2 decades, he owned all of them. Now it's your turn, drop your thoughts below. Is 50 the last true mogul of the culture? Or did the industry just get a reality check from the godfather of Get Back? Let's hear it and be savage about it. And before you dip, do the right thing, smash that like button like it owes you royalties. Subscribe before 50 buys YouTube next. And ring that bell so you don't miss the next cultural explosion we expose. Because here on Truth Tattle, we don't report the news, we interrogate it. We drag the drama, decode the fame, and make legends make sense again. Stay loud, stay messy, and remember, legends don't trend. They train the trends. This is Truth Tattle signing off with power, profit, and pure pettiness.